Self-Key, Power Ledger, DREP, Mithril, Coco BSX. These are all tokens I have. Well, I do know a little bit about Mithril. It's been a while around for a minute, but all those other ones I just named, I have no earthly idea why they're up between 40 and almost 200%. But I do understand how the crypto market works in this fashion to manufacture different liquidity pools and manufacture different volumes and allow the crypto space to expand and contract using some of these no-name altcoins that have hundreds of $1 million market caps basically out of nowhere. They're hosted on a few different exchanges, each one, and basically what they do is they allow basically an audit for some of the actual coins that matter and the tokens that actually matter. What they'll do is they'll pump these no-name altcoins that already have $1 million, $100 million, $20, $30 million market caps, and they'll pump them. And what they'll do is, since this is basically computer software, they'll actually audit the coins that actually matter to see where the trading volume is. And they're doing this in microseconds, like even fractions of a microsecond. They're able to manufacture these pumps on these altcoins that don't matter, while at the same time protecting the coins that do matter, and also seeing how much the coins that actually matter in the cryptoverse, they're actually able to see that there's this much volume actually being traded compared to the actual computer manufactured volume, and they're able to use that on an exchange basis, given that every one of the tokens that I just mentioned aren't listed on every exchange. So they're able to communicate with other exchanges by doing this to allow the missing gaps where the trading volume is kind of not being traded very, very thinly on the coins that matter. And then they're able to use that to determine how much they can pump a coin that matters, say like Zcash, Lisk. You could arguably say List doesn't really matter, but the coins that have been around for a while, and then they're able to pump those coins after they're able to establish the missing spread on the buy and sell orders, using, like I said, the people from the exchanges are the same people that build trading instruments and different derivative products for Wall Street before they went into their own business and started making their own exchange. So that's kind of what's going on over the weekend. I've seen, like I said, that DREP token, Mithril, Coco BSX, Self-Key. So those tokens, I have no clue what they're even about. I know that they have multi-million-dollar market caps, and they've hit kind of a pretty high volume number in terms of like the overall crypto market, not in terms of like reaching like the top 10, but in terms of they're able to achieve these great volumes out of nowhere. And each one of those tokens is listed on different exchanges, and not every exchange supports those tokens. So that's how the exchanges are able to communicate without actually communicating. They're able to use their like I said, their trading software, and their liquidity trading software that they use on their exchanges, able to communicate with other exchanges by pumping these basically no-name altcoins and kind of giving the signal that they're going to pump some of the other altcoins in the near term. So when you start seeing these 100, 200% pumps on these coins that like basically have no value at all, it's kind of a bullish signal to me that the altcoins, that the OG altcoins, Monero, Zcash, Dash, Neo, OMG Network, some of the ones that have been around for quite a while are probably going to pump in the near term, especially considering they are way down on the actual Bitcoin price. So in terms of like the last 4 months, 5 months, you could arguably say some of them have gone up. So I think that is a very, very bullish indicator that some of the altcoins, including Bitcoin Cash, specifically BSV, Neo, Monero, all the ones I just mentioned, are probably going to get pumped pretty soon by those same exchanges that pump these no-name altcoins. And expanding on that, Binance from what I read on RBTC, I don't actually have any holdings on Binance, so I'm not able to confirm it, nor did I really look into it too hard. But I did read on RBTC on our Reddit that that Binance has suspended some withdrawals for Bitcoin Cash, and I think it was either Qcoin or another exchange did the same thing. So this is potentially another bullish indicator for Bitcoin Cash. Maybe they don't have enough Bitcoin Cash to fill the supply and the demand of it. So this could be a bullish signal for us, and I think that in any case, like, we're just days away, weeks away, months away, years away from achieving all-time highs that just blows everybody's socks off. I mean, they're not even going to be aware of how high these prices are going to go on some of these altcoins. You can think that if you're watching this channel, I doubt that you think this, but you can buy into, Anthony Pompilano and Michael Saylor on how they, preach that Bitcoin is the only token or the only coin that has any value. It's the only coin that is, worth anything or anything like that. But they're using Bitcoin as a business, and they're trying to build a business model and a custodial mindset behind Bitcoin. So they're trying to go ahead and build out the actual onboarding process for Bitcoin, so everybody gets forced into using a custodial, which is essentially layer 2. So they're really, really pushing this hard, and I don't see I don't see how these people on YouTube and other centralized censored social media sites are buying into this. And I think it's because it's a lot of new investors that are ultimately the ones that are pouring into this crypto space. And I think those same new investors are kind of buying into Bitcoin and Ethereum are the only tokens and coins that are worth a fuck. And it's just a flat out lie. I mean, to think that Bitcoin does the same thing as Monero does, that Bitcoin transaction speeds are the same as BCH is just a bunch of garbage. I mean, for anybody to preach that, and if you look at MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor on how his company performed in the dot-com bubble when he was, millimeters away from being indicted with, fraud and all sorts of other stuff, I think a lot of these people aren't really doing their research. They're kind of just depending on these news outlets to consume their minds in terms of delivering them an honest news, and it's just a bunch of horseshit. There's tons of different altcoins that do tons of different things that are way better at transactions, way better at security. Zcash, for instance, just hit an all-time high like a week or two ago on shielded addresses. So look into that if you're not familiar with what a shielded address is on Zcash. I don't want to just repeat what I hear on the news on this channel. My intention to this channel is to deliver you guys real news as I observe it, and not just read and try to explain to you stuff that you can do on your own online. I don't want to sit here and just Google crypto news and then explain to you why this stuff is happening, because 9 times out of 10 it's just going to be trash and garbage, and it's not even going to be real news. It's not going to be what's really going on. So crypto, it's like me telling you that crypto.com purchased the advertising rights and the rights to advertise on the old LA Staples Stadium. Like, who gives a shit? And 2, why would I spend time doing that? So the idea of these videos is to really give you an insider information on how I'm interpreting the different narratives around the space, and how the different platforms and the different exchanges trade back and forth the same volume and the same manufactured volume that allows some of these altcoin positions to skyrocket. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen in the near term. I think that Bitcoin Cash, Zcash, Dash, Monero, Neo, NIM. I know it's not a project we're hearing about on the news, but at the same time, by the time everybody's hearing it about on the news, it's going to be 4, 5, 7, 800% up or more, 1,200% up or more, 2,000% up and more or more. Ethereum Classic's already up almost 10x for the year. It went up 20x back in March or April or whenever the heck it went up. And, you know, you didn't hear a lot of news. And before it went up like that, the only news you were hearing about it was negative stuff about how it had a 51% attack. So the news is just a bunch of horse shit. It's just all around horse shit. And the people that are paying, a lot of these crypto sites, you could actually pay to write a news article, and that's exactly what people are doing. It's just a shame that you can't actually find any thorough and accurate news. It's just like how the exchanges, if you go to like Gemini or some of these exchanges and you see the all-time highs actually only go back this year. They don't. The all-time highs don't go all the way back to 2017. So a naive investor will, you know, look at this and say, oh, you know, Doge is a great buy, or oh, this is a great buy. But if you go back and you look at it, a lot of these coins and a lot of these tokens that these huge, you know, Michael Saylor, Anthony Pompliano, BitBoy, all these huge news outlets that are people think they're getting honest and respected news, they're trying to sell you coins that are already hundreds and thousands of percents up. And, you know, that's not to say that they can't go up and keep going up, but at the same time, they've been in the game long enough to understand the dynamic of the way the tokenomics work on some of these altcoins, and they're not preaching any of these other altcoins that are going to skyrocket in the near term. So, you know, that's kind of my thoughts on where crypto is right this second. I mean, Zcash last night went up 21% up, and then it's kind of crashed down a little bit. Now it's kind of gone back up with some of the altcoins, and there's not one news article online discussing that. And if you search it on YouTube, you're not going to find hardly anything on Zcash doing that, and you're not going to hear about any of the altcoins in the way the tokenomics work and how different altcoins trade against BTC and Ethereum and every other altcoin known to man. So that's kind of the whole purpose of these videos, is to give you guys an honest and, you know, it might not be accurate. I'm not saying, you know, swear your life by it or bet your house on it. And you know, some of these other people will say, yeah, sell everything you own and buy Bitcoin, and sell your home, sell everything and buy Bitcoin. I'm not telling anybody to do that. I think that if you have a diverse portfolio in crypto and some of these altcoins, you're going to get thousands of % gains here soon. So, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on the weekend. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I look forward to making more videos and honest videos about what I think's going on, and to really deliver an unedited, unscripted show that really kind of dives deep into my mind on how this stuff works, how this computer software works, because that's ultimately what crypto is. And I don't want to sit here and give a bunch of technicals, because this channel is not about technicals, because technicals don't apply in crypto. So the minute you turn on and see somebody trying to give you a technical analysis on where something has been, does not necessarily dictate on where something is going. And you know, this stuff is going to explode, and it's going to change the world, and it's going to be one of the key things over the next couple of years that's really going to drive mass adoption into payments and privacy and personal finance and things of that nature. So I look forward to you know, growing this channel and being a little bit more consistent with everybody. I really appreciate all the views that I'm getting, and the comments and the involvement, and everybody kind of doing their part. And you know, we're doing our part by buying this stuff, and we're the ones pumping these altcoins is because we're holding this stuff, not because we're buying it. A lot of people think a graph really, you know, for one, it only shows where everything's been. Like I said, it doesn't show necessarily where everything's going. And two, a lot of people think the ticker and the green candlesticks go up because people are buying. But in fact, a lot of people seem to forget that you know, a lot of those big candlestick jumps are actually from the sell orders being filled. So let these people sell, guys. I'm buying every single week on a weekly basis. I'm expanding my portfolio and more into Bitcoin Cash, Zcash, Dash, Neo, Monero, BSV even I'm giving support to. You know, and I know a lot of people kind of, you know, in the video there with Craig Wright being kind of the head of that guy, but BSV isn't just Craig Wright, guys. So remember that. And you know, just diversify your portfolio and buy the coins and the tokens that you think are here to stay, the ones that have, you know, proved liquidity in the bear market. And I think that you'll see ultimately that we're going to end up on top, guys. BTC is like buying like using Windows 98 on a computer. It's just an obsolete computer software, and I know it's got the highest market cap, and I know it's got the highest highest market share and all that. But you know, there's a lot of great projects out there that I think deliver a lot better than Bitcoin. And I think that Bitcoin is the narrative that brings people on. But I think the more and more, like Roger Ver kind of says, is that like Bitcoin actually will bring people into the crypto space, but actually allow them to kind of do their own research and find out that there's a lot of cool projects out there that offer a variety of different things that are better than Bitcoin and might be more useful to them. And you know, I try to really bring people onto Bitcoin Cash because I see ultimately the mass adoption in this is payments, and I think that's something that got everybody earlier on invested into Bitcoin excited, and I think that ultimately will be the driving force that allows mass adoption and a lot of people to get excited about Bitcoin Cash. And you know, there's other great projects, DigiByte, and all sorts of good projects that are great for payments as well. And I think that, you know, Bitcoin Cash, just the fact that it has the Bitcoin name and so easy to access on bitcoin.com, I think ultimately it holds the best chances of that happening. And I'm not worried about the price at all, guys. I mean, Bitcoin Cash could drop down to below $84 like it did in 2018, and I wouldn't care at all. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't get frustrated at all, because if you go back and you know, a great graph to look at, because it's so hard to find now, on the history of Bitcoin and the entire history of Bitcoin, is 99bitcoins.com. You can read every single narrative that's ever been on related to Bitcoin, and you can see that the volatility in Bitcoin back in the early days, like 2011, 2013, was way crazier than anything we're experiencing now in any of the altcoin markets, even the scammy coins. And look where we're at now. So, you know, if Bitcoin Cash goes down to $84 or below $84, you know, I'm going to get super excited and just buy more. It's not going to be like, oh my God, end of the world, I've lost, I'm in the negative, I'm in the red, because I've been buying Bitcoin Cash at $84. I've been buying it at over $600, $700, $800. And, you know, I didn't buy it at, you know, $1,300 or $1,400, not because I didn't want to support the coin, just because I had some other things that I had to use my dog money fiat to pay for. So I get super excited when I see these little dips. And then, like I said, if you look at Zcash, it's a great example. Just over the last 2 weeks, and I made a video, I kind of highlighting Zcash, you know, like 2-3 weeks ago. It really took a drive up from $100. It went all the way up to over $200. And, you know, after that, hey, come over here. Quit eating wild berries. You're going to get diarrhea. And Zcash has already gone back up. You know, it went from like $100 to $200, and then it went down to like $140 when the market crashed, according to all these other YouTube crypto experts. And then now it pumped 20% last night, literally out of nowhere. Like, I was literally watching the live feed of Zcash on my cell phone, and it literally was going down, and it shot up 20% in like a matter of minutes. And that is just manufactured from hell, guys. They're trying to like take out the weak hands off the exchanges and you know, these limit orders they're trying to clear. But, you know, like I said, if you go to Gemini exchange and you go to some of these other exchanges, they're looking at Zcash as an all-time high this year. They're not looking at Zcash since its inception years ago. And, you know, it went well over $800 in 2017 bull run, and it's going to go thousands of dollars from, you know, in hundreds and thousands of percents up from where it's at now. So, you know, these people that are getting kind of bummed out on the volatility of things going down, don't be, because the minute you do is the minute you get wiped out of your position and you lose focus on where this stuff's going. It's going to explode, guys, explode. Thanks.